The 80-20 Principle. The Secret to Achieving More with Less by Richard Koch.
Hello there, DeftU Insights community. If you've ever felt like you're working harder, not smarter, or that your efforts aren't quite translating into the results you expect, then today's video is for you. We're diving deep into a timeless principle that reveals a fundamental truth about how the world works. Not all efforts are created equal. We're talking about the 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto principle. It's a powerful idea that, once understood, can radically transform how you approach your work, your relationships, your time, and even your pursuit of happiness. It's not just a business concept, it's a blueprint for living a more effective and fulfilling life. In this video, we've distilled the core insights from this transformative idea into 5 universal lessons. These aren't just theories, they're actionable strategies to help you identify what truly matters, amplify your impact, and achieve more with focused intention. So, let's unlock the power of doing less and achieving more. Lesson 1. Embrace the principle of disproportionate impact. The first fundamental lesson is to truly internalize and embrace the idea that the world is inherently imbalanced. This is the core of the 80-20 principle. Roughly 20% of your efforts, inputs, or causes typically generate about 80% of your results, outputs, or rewards. This isn't a strict mathematical law that always holds true at 80-20 exactly. Sometimes it's 70-30 or even 90-10. But the crucial insight is that a minority of factors drives the vast majority of outcomes. Think about it. A small fraction of the clothes in your closet probably gets worn 80% of the time. A tiny percentage of your diet likely accounts for the bulk of your health or unhealthy habits. In business, a select few customers often generate the lion's share of profits, and a handful of features in any software are used by most people. This counterintuitive truth challenges the common assumption that all inputs and efforts are equally valuable, or that a 50-50 split is the norm. The beauty of recognizing this imbalance is the immediate opportunity it presents. Once you understand that a vital few elements are disproportionately powerful, you can stop wasting energy on the trivial many. Instead of spreading yourself thin across every task or chasing every opportunity, you begin to ask, what are the truly impactful 20% here?
Imagine you're baking a cake. You have dozens of ingredients: flour, sugar, eggs, butter, baking powder, vanilla, and a whole spice rack. If you neglect the flour, sugar, and eggs, your vital few, no amount of exotic spices will make a good cake. But if you focus on getting those core ingredients right, the cake will likely be delicious, even without every optional extra. Your vital few are the foundational ingredients of success. Identifying them is the first step towards a massive leap in effectiveness. It's about looking beyond the surface and realizing that genuine leverage comes from a focused, almost surgical approach to your efforts. Lesson 2. Master the art of strategic simplification. Building on our first lesson, once you accept that disproportionality is everywhere, the next step is to actively simplify. This lesson is about deliberately stripping away complexity to reveal and amplify what truly matters. Many businesses, and indeed many individuals, suffer from a complexity creep, adding more products, more services, more processes, more commitments, believing that more equals better. But often, complexity is the enemy of profitability and productivity. The reality is that a significant portion of your activities, products, or even relationships might be generating minimal value, consuming disproportionate resources, and even losing you money or energy. The challenge, and the opportunity, is to perform an 80-20 analysis on your life or work. Meticulously identify which 20% of your efforts generate 80% of your desired results. and then have the courage to reduce, delegate, or eliminate the remaining 80% of low-impact activities. This doesn't mean cutting corners on what is vital. It means being ruthless with what isn't. For example, in a business, an audit might reveal that a minority of products are exceptionally profitable, while many others barely break even or are actually loss makers, draining resources and complicating operations. Strategic simplification means focusing intensely on those profitable products, perhaps even aggressively growing them, while systematically phasing out or harvesting the unprofitable ones. In your personal life, this could mean looking at your daily routine. What 20% of your tasks genuinely move you closer to your goals or bring you significant joy? What 80% are just busy work, distractions, or obligations that can be shed? Think of a gardener who meticulously prunes a rose bush. They don't cut off random branches. They identify the strongest, most promising stems and remove the weaker, unproductive ones, allowing the vital few to flourish and produce abundant, beautiful blooms. Strategic simplification is your pruning shears for greater focus, higher returns, and less unnecessary effort. It's about creating space and clarity for your most impactful work and joyful pursuits. Lesson 3. Reclaim your time by valuing high-impact moments.
Most conventional approaches to time management fall short because they focus on doing more faster, cramming more tasks into an already overflowing schedule. But the 80-20 principle invites us to a more radical time revolution. It suggests that perhaps only a small fraction of our time, that vital 20%, accounts for the vast majority of our most significant achievements and deepest happiness. The rest? It often yields minimal value or joy. This lesson encourages you to detach effort from reward. We're often conditioned to believe that sheer hard work alone guarantees success and happiness. But often, it's insight, enjoyment, and strategic focus that are far more productive than relentless industriousness. The goal isn't just to be efficient, it's to identify your happiness islands and achievement islands, those moments, activities, or interactions that disproportionately uplift you and generate meaningful results. And, just as importantly, to identify and ruthlessly eliminate your unhappiness islands and achievement desert islands. Consider the common idea of busyness. Many people are constantly busy, yet feel unfulfilled or ineffective. This is often because they are spending 80% of their time on activities that deliver only 20% of their desired outcomes. A time revolutionary, on the other hand, asks, what specific actions, even if they seem minor, consistently lead to exceptional progress or profound joy, and how can I amplify those? For instance, instead of trying to optimize every single minute of your day, identify the 1 or 2 core tasks that, if completed successfully, would make your day feel productive and purposeful. Or recognize the specific hobbies or conversations that leave you energized and happy. Then, instead of just fitting them in, prioritize them. You might find that a focused 2-hour deep work session achieves more than 8 hours of distracted work, or that 30 minutes of genuine connection with a loved one brings more happiness than hours of superficial interactions. This isn't about being lazy. It's about being intelligently selective with your most precious, non-renewable resource, your time. It's about shifting from managing an enemy to collaborating with a benevolent ally. Lesson 4. Cultivate your core connections, people, and purpose. Our relationships, both personal and professional, define much of our happiness and success. Just like everything else, the 80-20 principle applies here too. A small number of your relationships will account for the overwhelming majority of the value, support, and joy you receive. The mistake many of us make is to spread our emotional and energetic resources too thinly across too many connections, neglecting the vital few that truly uplift us. This lesson is about discernment and intentional investment. In your personal life, recognize that your capacity for truly deep, exhilarating personal relationships is often limited. These are your guilt-edged friends, your most cherished family members, your profound romantic partner. These connections are built on mutual enjoyment, respect, shared experience, reciprocity, and unwavering trust. The insight here is not to chase a vast network of acquaintances, but to nurture and prioritize these few profound bonds. Are you allocating 80% of your relational energy to the 20% of people who bring you 80% of your joy and support? Professionally, the same holds true. Individual achievement rarely happens in isolation. It's amplified through strategic alliances. A handful of mentors, peers, and perhaps even mentees will likely contribute far more to your career growth and success than a multitude of casual contacts. These aren't just names in your Rolodex. They are individuals with whom you build genuine, reciprocal relationships rooted in shared vision and mutual respect. Think of it like building a strong, sturdy bridge. You don't need 1,000 flimsy planks to cross a chasm. You need a few robust, well-engineered girders firmly connected. These girders are your core connections. They provide the strength, stability, and pathways to resources that you simply can't achieve alone. This principle also extends to your core customers in business. Identify the 20% who drive 80% of your profits, and dedicate extraordinary attention to their satisfaction, loyalty, and continued engagement. By cultivating these vital few relationships with unwavering dedication, you create a powerful support system that multiplies your potential for both personal fulfillment and professional achievement. Lesson 5. Unlock your internal superpower, the subconscious and intelligent laziness. Our final lesson brings us inward, to the incredible, often untapped power within ourselves. This principle reveals that a tiny fraction of our mental and emotional machinery, particularly our subconscious mind, produces vast results with minimal conscious effort. And by intentionally leveraging this internal superpower, we can embody intelligent laziness, achieving extraordinary results by working smarter, not harder. Your subconscious mind is like a vast, tireless engine operating beneath the surface of your conscious thought. It manages everything from your bodily functions to processing information and sparking creative insights. While your conscious mind processes logic, your subconscious thinks in pictures and emotions, absorbing information without filter based on intensity, recency, and frequency. This makes it an incredible 80-20 force. A small input of focused programming can yield a massive output of creativity, goal attainment, and serenity. Intelligent laziness isn't about avoiding work. It's about avoiding unnecessary work. It's about strategically aligning your efforts with your natural strengths and passions, then programming your internal resources to do the heavy lifting. This involves 1. Radical specialization. Focusing on a narrow niche where you can become an undisputed expert, leveraging your unique talents. 2. Passion-driven pursuit. Choosing work that genuinely excites you, because enjoyment inherently leads to higher engagement and better results. 3. Harnessing your subconscious. Deliberately feeding your subconscious with clear, positive goals and affirmations during relaxed states like before sleep. When you relax your conscious mind, your subconscious can work tirelessly on solutions and generate breakthroughs that feel like sudden insights. Think of a champion athlete. They don't just train hard, they train intelligently. They specialize, focus on the 20% of techniques that yield 80% of their performance, and often visualize their success, allowing their subconscious to align their body and mind. Similarly, a brilliant scientist might grapple with a problem consciously for hours, then find the solution appears effortlessly during a walk or after a good night's sleep. Their subconscious has been working on it. By acknowledging and deliberately programming this hidden friend, you unlock a powerful force for personal transformation. It's about letting your natural abilities and internal processing do the heavy lifting, freeing you from the grind, enabling you to generate disproportionate value and profound satisfaction. Conclusion. So there you have it. 5 universal lessons derived from the profound insights of the 80-20 principle. From recognizing disproportionate impact to mastering simplification, reclaiming your time, cultivating core relationships, and leveraging your inner power, these ideas offer a powerful framework for intentional living and amplified success. The core takeaway is this: most of what we do, most of what we think, and most of what we pursue delivers very little of what we truly desire. The 80-20 principle is not just about efficiency, it's about clarity, focus, and liberation. It challenges you to deliberately seek out and invest in the vital few that genuinely move the needle in your life, while fearlessly pruning away the trivial many that simply consume your precious resources. Don't just work hard, work smart. Be selective, be intentional, and relentlessly focus on what truly creates value and brings you joy. Your time, your energy, and your life are too precious to waste on anything less than your vital few. If these lessons resonated with you, please hit that like button, subscribe to DeftU Insights for more insights, and share your biggest takeaway in the comments below. How will you apply the 80-20 principle in your life starting today? We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making your efforts count.